Number 7, Deontay Foreman, Roosevelt Elementary.
Number 2, Donald Lynch, Roosevelt Wilson Elementary.
Number 17, Nephi Hernandez, Cofield Elementary.
Number 9, Jack Proud, Northside Elementary.
Bobby O'Neill, number 47, Roosevelt Wilson Elementary.
Number 50, Keith and Aaron Jr., D, Roosevelt Elementary.
Number 56, Latroy Wafer, Roosevelt Wilson.
Number 58, Gabriel Garza, Northside Elementary.
Number 34, Corey Robinson, Heights Elementary.
Number 44, Francois Bonilla, Cofield Elementary.
Number 11, Cameron Moreno, Northside Elementary.
Number 6, Devontae Hinton, Roosevelt Elementary.
Number 33, Jordan Coffey, Heights Elementary.
Number 10, Nathan Stahl, Roosevelt Elementary.
Justin Burke, 74, Northside Elementary.
Andrew Allen, quarterback, number 8, D, Heights Elementary.
Number 3, Armonte Foreman, Roosevelt Wilson Elementary.
Number 83, Tay Smith, Roosevelt Wilson Elementary.
Number 72, Chris Mock. I went to Heights Elementary.
Number 45, Torrey Cooper, Heights Elementary.
Number 23, Colin Abernathy, Fatima.
Number 20, Marshall Serovic.
Number 41, Kaden Metz, Northside Elementary.
Number 60, Dwayne Taylor.
Number 13, Trace Rodriguez, Roosevelt Wilson Elementary.
Tyler Perry, number 54, Northside Elementary.
Number 1, Nathaniel Owens, Cofield Elementary.
Logan Thompson, number 81, Northside Elementary.
Number 90, Larry Edwards, Cofield Elementary.
Number 82, Jose Rojas, Heights Elementary.
Number 51, Jared Holt, Sims Elementary.
Number 61, David Chapa, Northside Elementary.
Chandler Blasberg, number 66, Heights Elementary.
Number 55, Boston Montana.
Number 36, Dante Hayes, Cofield Elementary.
Number 16, Aaron Clace, Our Lady of Fatima.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stallworth Stadium, home of several high schools here in Baytown, Texas, as the Texas City Stingrays come onto the field. I'm Ronnie Hazard, along with Dennis John, set to bring you the action, the last district game of the year. Then it's kind of hard to believe. Texas City comes in at 9-0, 6-0 in district. BaytownLee on the other end of that, but some interesting scenarios as we'll talk about here in just a minute.
Yeah, you're right, Ronnie. I tell you, if you'd have told me that this season would have been we're playing game 10 already, it has flown by. But it's been a great season, been fun, and I'm really ready for the second season to start.
Well, that's right. Tonight's going to pit the district's leading top number one defense in Texas City against the top offense in the district in BaytownLee, which, all you can do is shake your head when you think of a team coming in at 0-6 in district, but yet they lead the district in offense.
Well, then it's interesting. They lead the district in yardage, but not necessarily in points, not necessarily in because they are actually 0-6 in district. So it's just interesting. It'll be an interesting game. I'd love to see how they move the ball against Texas City again, number one against number one. So it'll be an interesting game as well. We're going to take a pause here for our national anthem.
National anthem's been sung. We're about ready to have the captains meet here in the center of the field. Everybody know Texas City has clinched the playoff spot. They're looking to win an outright district championship tonight and go on. They'll be in the playoffs next week. The winner of the district or the top seed in Division II. The interesting thing that we have to discuss about all that is exactly who it's going to be that they're playing next week.
And we can't determine that until tonight's way over with.
That's exactly right. Of course, folks,
that's a crazy district.
As you listen to this on Comcast Channel 18 also, or on YouTube, or both, if you're just a glutton for punishment and you have to watch the game and just turn the sound down. But anyway, as we talk about all that, it's kind of interesting. You'll know by then, but there's 4 teams playing for those 3 playoff spots in division over in the District 23 4A, and it's all kind of scenarios that's just really crazy. Captains in the middle of the field for Texas City, number 31, Joseph Williams, number 43, Hunter Cridlin, number 81, Logan Thompson, and number 82, Jose Rojas. I believe that's number 3, P.J. Leonce, number 78, Lee Holtz Jr., number 55, Ovidio Lopez, and number 24 is probably on the Baytown roster, and I've got the other one up. Let's see, how about Leon Cedro?
This is an interesting stadium. I recall when we first came to Texas City back in the early 90s, BaytownLee was on the schedule, and we took a regular beating every year. In fact, I remember, 96, 97?
The 97 state championship
year, got beat here, went on to win the rest of the games, and
that's right,
championship in the Astrodome.
That's exactly right. I had forgotten all about that. That's right. The only loss that season was right here against these guys. Had a pretty fair little quarterback back there in those years, a fellow by the name of Drew Tate, if I remember right.
Yeah.
He ended up playing. Definitely went on and played on Saturdays. Was a really good quarterback. Texas City going to kick off for the Stings. Ganders, like we said, are 0-6 in district. They're looking for their first. They have not won a game since September 12th, so they're looking to finish the season on a winning note. And, of course, Texas City has other plans for that. Trace Rodriguez set to kick off for the Stings, and we'll get this game underway here in just a second.
Deontay Robinson and Joshua Curley are the deep men. The up back is DeAndre Jobe. This one goes to Curley. Curley takes it, goes to the 15, and hit at the 20, drop down at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Ganders will take over on their first possession of the evening. Like I say, Ronnie, that's interesting, and I'm waiting to see it. To see the because we were talking about their statistics. They have over 4,000 yards in total offense. They average 466 yards a game. Just for I believe that's what Texas City had last week against Santa Fe. First call of the night goes into the right side of the line. Ball carrier number 24. That's Leon Cedro.
Devontae Hinton, the first man there for Texas City, on the stop. Gain of about 3. He's going to make it 2nd and 7.
Quarterback Leonce gives again, first man through, and he's going to be
Devontae Hinton right there stood him up. Yeah, behind the line. It's going to be a loss of a yard. As Hinton right there stepped up in the gap to make that stop.
Tackle was made by Devontae Hinton and a host of Stings.
P.J. Leonce, quarterback, Leon Cedro. A couple of go-to guys, P.J. Leonce. He's the quarterback. He also plays some mean defense. Javarius Irving, one of the wide receivers. They put 3 to the near side. This time, Leonce will roll to his left, and he'll have the first down as he is pushed out of bounds there at the 36-yard line.
P.J. Leonce keeps the ball to the left side.
Gain of 9 on the play for Leonce.
Yards and a first down for BaytownLee. Knocked out of bounds by Donald Lynch and Zach Powell.
Zach Powell, the first one there for Texas City, got some help from Donald Lynch, and they make the stop. But like Dennis said, not before the first down.
Javarius Irving I has as number 1, and I do not see him on the field. He is the team's leading passer, so I'm just not sure about the
I see him now on the sideline.
Yep.
So
Leonce hands to Cedro. Cedro cuts into the line of scrimmage and cuts upfield for about 4 yards.
Nice job of Cameron Marino. Was actually on the ground and reached out there and got him on the shoestrings to make the stop.
PJ Leonce, the quarterback in now, is normally lines up at wide receiver. He is a senior. Quarterback number 1, Javarius Irving. Like I say, he's on one of the leader charts in passing area. So we'll see how this goes. A little misdirection. Fake to the man in motion, and Leonce is going to be caught at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Leonce keeps the ball.
That was Tate Smith. You said it was a fake, but it didn't fake Tate Smith.
No.
Smith was right there and got some help from a couple of other Stingery teammates.
You guys wonder what goes through the quarterback mind after he reads and lets the guy go without giving him the ball, and then all of a sudden he's hit. He's thinking, man, does he think, I wish I'd have given it away?
If I'd only
given it away. He could have got hit, not me.
That's right. 3rd and 10. Now for Baytown-Lee. After one first down, Stings would like nothing more than to stop this.
Leonce is going, has a man, but he just outthrows him.
Donald Lynch in coverage, but yeah, the receiver had a step.
Wide receiver DeAndre Job did have a step. Just a little too much air into that ball, and the Ganders will punt this one away. First incompletion thrown, first pass thrown of the game.
Deontay Foreman back deep for Texas City, set to receive the punt. He's standing at about his own 34, 35-yard line.
A low looping snap.
Takes a nice roll for Baytown. Will be down at the 19-yard line.
46 yards on the punt. Nice roll.
Texas City will start there on their first possession of the night, 1st and 10 from their own 19.
Ganders moved the ball, got a first down. Thought they were going to have a little bit of life there, but after the incompletion, have to punt it away. So they gain 11 yards on those 6 plays. And now Texas City takes over and see what they can do here.
Andrew Allen at quarterback under center. Donald Lynch, the lone man in the backfield. Lynch gets the call coming around this near side, cuts it up. He's got some room. Oh, just gets tripped up. As he gets to the 25-yard line, he'll fall forward to the 28.
I believe you might say that Casey Munson might have just saved.
I tell you what, there was a
run.
lot of green after that. And I was just getting ready to say, Lynch comes into the night 96 yards shy of Texas City having 2 1,000-yard rushes on the season. Lynch comes in, like I said, 96 yards away. Deontay Foreman over 1,000 on the season. Bobby O'Neill goes in motion to the other side and gets set as the Stings on Torque Cooper, number 45, with the carry. Not much there. It's going to bring up 3rd and a couple.
Taken down by Colson Shepard.
Texas City has been, last couple of weeks, they've just been slow starting, just and really I think probably just kind of feeling out, seeing, no need to rush off to the party, just kind of seeing what you're going to be given.
On 3rd and a couple, first down for Texas City, all the way up to the 35 for Donald Lynch.
Man, you hate to see that. Big number 74 for Texas City. Justin Burt looked like he got rolled upon.
By Lee Holtz Jr.
Got an official timeout is trainers coming on. Oh, that's exactly what
Justin
you
went down. Yeah,
Yep,
he sure did.
He
Doggone
did.
it. You hate to see that. While we have a timeout, just real quick, take you across that front line for Texas City. Got the center, number 56, LaTroy Wafer. He's a senior. Right guard, number 50, Keithon Herring, senior. Right tackle, Justin Burke, number 74. He's a senior. Left guard, Gabe Garza, number 58. He's a senior. Left tackle, number 72, is Chris Mock. And Chris is a sophomore. And you just hope, again, as that play kind of came up behind Justin Burke, you hope that he's not seriously injured. And so Justin's still down. We'll take a break here. Be right back.
1st and 10 for Texas City. Justin Burke helped off the field. Hope he's okay. Darian Trials comes in to take his place. Allen rolls out to the near side. Got a man wide open in Tate. Tate with the catch at the 40-yard line, and he'll go down there. Well, looked up, and Tate was wide open for the 25-yard catch from Andrew Allen, and another Texas City first down. Now in Gander territory at the 40.
Nice pass. Good play fake to Lynch. Kind of freezes that defense, gives Tate a chance to be wide open there in the middle of the secondary.
Rodriguez out wide to the far side on first down. Smith will switch over to that side as well. Allen looking to throw again. Rodriguez is open. He's got the ball at the 10. Nice catch by Trace Rodriguez. Beautiful pass as well. Allen throws it right on the money.
Well, step for step was Deontay Robinson, and I tell you what, not until the ball got there did Trace Rodriguez reach out and grab it. That's one of those that you'd like to have the little HD camera on it to see Trace go right in front of him and pull the ball away, because that's exactly what he did, step for step. Nice defense, not a whole lot you can do on that.
All the way down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for Texas City as they come to the line of scrimmage from the 7. 2 wideouts here to the near side. Allen stays under center. Lynch gets the call and tries to cut it up the middle, and not much there. Probably no gain on first down. Right at 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score. Stings in the red zone at the 7. First, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7.
It's a pretty quick 6 minutes, don't you think?
Yes, it has been.
First possession for Texas City. Baytown had the ball 6 plays.
Cooper and Lynch in the backfield. On second down, the pitch goes to Lynch. Trying to get to the outside. He's there, cuts it up, touchdown, Texas City. Donald Lynch with 6 for the Stings.
Donald Lynch carries the ball in from the 7-yard line for a Texas City score.
Lynch just does a nice job getting to the corner. Again, you got corner blocks over there. Nice job on that right side of the line to seal that corner, letting Lynch have an easy way into the end zone.
Aaron Clay set to attempt the extra point from the hold of Andrew Allen. Good snap. Kick is up. And it's good. So with 5:40 to play in the first quarter, Texas City takes the early 7-0 lead. We'll be right back.
With 5:40 left in the first quarter, the Stings take the lead 7-0.
Trace Rodriguez to kick off for Texas City. Squibman line drive kick taken at the 35-yard line. Texas City's Ralph Anderson, number 28, in on the stop, along with Robert Frank, number 21.
Tyrell Washington gets the ball back out close to the 36-yard line for the Ganders. Tackle was made there by Ralph Anderson.
Well, the Ganders getting ready to start their 2nd possession of the night at their own 36-yard line.
Texas City scoring drive, 81 yards, 7 plays. Took 2 minutes and 55 seconds off the clock. Extra points good. Leonce gives. Nope, he fakes. Looks for room to run, and it's just going to be, he's going to be swarmed in the backfield. Loss of 6 on the play.
Francois Bonilla, Tate Smith, Corey Robinson, take your pick. There was about 5 white jerseys back in the backfield with him.
7 yards on the play.
Lost all the way back to the 29.
Well, then we'll call it a loss of 7.
That'd be pretty good math.
Second and 17. Leonce rolls to his left, has a completion at the 35 at the original line of scrimmage. Caught there by BaytownLee's DeAndre Job.
And then Job caught by number 10, Nathan Stahl.
Pick up 7 yards on the play.
They pick up the lost yardage from the last play to bring up 3rd and 10.
And Nathan Stahl.
Well, Dennis, one thing you don't want to see going into this game, Texas City knows they're in the playoffs. You sure don't want to see people get hurt. You want to win a ball game. You want to win a district championship. So we already know Armani Foreman resting his ailments from the last couple of games. He's in street clothes tonight.
Leonce puts this one up for grabs. It's caught, but outside of the boundaries. Receiver there, number 7, Kamani Hodge.
Corey Johnson and Jordan Coffey covering for Texas City, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Ganders. Deontay Foreman will be back deep for Texas City, standing at about his own 35-yard line. This kick straight to the sideline, as we see most of the time against Texas City, and it'll go out of bounds at the 46. So Texas City will have some nice field position to start their second possession of the night on offense from their own 46.
18 yards net on the punt.
Lynch brings the team to the line of scrimmage. Nephi Hernandez and Deontay Foreman in the backfield this series for the Stings. One wide out to either side. Deontay gets the call, busts through the right side of that line for a couple of yards. Going to be a gain of 3.
Deontay Foreman on the carry.
Hit initially by Casey Munson.
Melendez making the tackle.
2nd and 7. Pitch goes to Foreman. Trying to get outside. He does. Got a flag down as he gets across the line of scrimmage and goes out of bounds and about inside the. Well, they're going to mark him at the 32, but we'll see what that flag's all about.
Run out of bounds by Omari Fry. Flag on the play.
Gain of 19.
Holding against Texas City is the preliminary call.
Holding called against Texas City.
Negates the nice run by Foreman. And we'll bring it. Well, it'll be 2nd down again, 2nd and long. 2nd and 14. Handoff fake to Foreman and then thrown. Can't tell if that was batted down
I
or if it hit a stingery in
the helmet.
Yeah. I think it was intended for Tate Smith.
With Armani Foreman on the, with Deontay Foreman on the sidelines, or Armani, I'm sorry, on the sideline, Baytown's able to match up. You never see with Armani with Armani on the field, you never see them match up in man on the line of scrimmage, and they're doing that. And you see Trace Rodriguez, took one away from him earlier, but you'd never see them matching up right up man-to-man on the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 14 now. Allen from under center. Straight drop back. Looking for Zach Powell. Got a hold
got a
there,
big-time
and there's
hold.
the flag. Yep. Powell couldn't get there. 2 flags down.
Well, Powell beat him off the line of scrimmage and had a step on him the whole way. Defender there was Jacoby Fountain.
That was right around the 32-yard line, or 30 to 28. That's where the flags are sitting.
There's really no question about it. Powell's jersey almost being pulled off of his body. Coach is pleading his case.
He didn't win the argument.
No, he didn't. No.
Head coach Marvin Sedbury Jr. for BaytownLee.
Had some chain troubles. The chain guys took off.
It's 1st and 10 for Texas City. They're on the downhill side of the field now at the BaytownLee 48.
3 plays, 2 penalties. See if we can get this one off without a penalty here. Go for 50-50.
Foreman gets the call, cuts it back a little to his right, goes across the line, across the 45 and down to the 44.
You know, the linemen, they don't know what's happening behind them. And you see all the way over here on the sideline, you got linemen that are just laying blocks.
Yeah.
And Foreman's already cut up the
Went the other way,
middle,
yeah. And he might be looking back now going, man, I wish I'd have followed those guys. 2nd and 7. Pitch to Foreman. Line and lead block from Nephi Hernandez. He's got the first down, breaks a tackle. It's across the 35 down to about the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark him out.
Foreman again on the carry.
Looks like it's right at the 30.
I've almost gotten the habit of when the long play happens, I just continue to look from the field for flags. Yeah. Gain of 15 by Foreman. Nice job of just using his stiff arm and really his body strength to gain extra yards. 15 yards and a first down for the Stings. First down by penalty and a first down by rush.
They break the huddle. Trace Rodriguez comes out wide to the near side. Corey Johnson in the slot. Foreman gets the call right up the middle. He's open.
Untouched.
10-5 touchdown.
One person touched him in the set.
Got him about one touch and actually did
scrimmage.
get to touch his jersey about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and that was it. 30 yards on the carry for Deontay Foreman and 6 more for the Stings. Extra point ready to come from Aaron Clace. Good snap. Kick is up. And with 2:06 to play in the first quarter, Texas City extends the lead 14-0 over BaytownLee. We'll be back in just a second with the kickoff.
In their lead, 14-0.
Aaron Clace to kick off now for Texas City. Line drive kick, taken at about the 12-yard line. Oh, a nice job.
Slinging that ball around. I thought I saw it come loose, but it was just him slinging it around.
Corey Johnson stepped up there as he tried to come around this near side. Corey Johnson just kind of stood up and said, come on, and stayed right with him. He was the first man there on the stop, makes the stop on the kickoff. So the Ganders will have 1:59 to play with here in the first quarter, starting at their own 28-yard line, although I believe we had a flag down. I missed it. It was offsides against Texas City.
First and 10.
Would you mind?
Ganders now. Javarius Irving is in at quarterback, number 1. We've been looking for that. Seems to be a little confusion. Joshua Curley, number 12, trying to figure out where to line up, and they're going to have to burn a timeout here.
Play clock was down to 5 seconds. We'll keep it here as the Gander coaches using this as an instructional time.
Yes, they are. Lots of instruction going on.
Like we said, there's a minute 59 to play here in the first quarter. Texas City up 14-0. Nice crowd came over.
Yeah, good crowd.
Made the trip.
Those are big old bleachers over there.
There is a lot of bleachers over there. That's exactly right. This is the home of the Bayou Bowl every year, a high school all-star game between Texas and Louisiana. And this has been a good stadium, a nice stadium for a long time. I mean, they were playing high school ball here when I was in high school, so this is a relic.
A long time.
I know.
Right.
I'm just going to beat you to the punch. It's a relic, but they have updated it. Got the big nice scoreboard with the video screen.
Big screen. That's nice.
Yeah, it really is. Nice place to play football.
All right, I think everybody's in the right spot now. Javaris Irving has in the backfield 2 with him. Joshua Curley and Leon Cedro. This one, he's just going to put this one up for grabs. And it is actually incomplete, but I thought he might have gotten to it. There's a flag on the play, and we're going to have to figure out which way you want this to go, offense or defense. They were both pushing and shoving on each other. Pretty well when the ball was put up. No preliminary signal yet. Holding against Texas City. So that will be a first down by penalty for the Ganders. Javaris Irving, just like I say, just put that one up for grabs. Really fortunate to come out with some positive yardage.
Oh, you told me.
And that's Baytown's second first down of the night. One by rushing, one by penalty. Taking a long time to sort this one out. Got a minute 51 left in our first quarter. Stings on top 14-0.
Seemed like there was a minute 59 about 10 minutes ago.
One play, yeah. All right, back to the action. 2 men to the far side, one to the near side. Irving fakes the give, and he's going to be caught in the backfield.
Nothing doing there.
Javaris Irving, welcome to the game. Meet Zach Powell.
That's exactly right. Powell stayed home and did his job. Nice job by Powell. Big loss all the way back to the 36-yard line. Is that 7 yards on
loss of 7,
yeah.
Yeah. So get a first down by penalty, and then that was, again, one of those plays where if he gives it
yeah,
or he keeps it, there were just a lot of white jerseys in the backfield on that play. So now you got an empty backfield. Javaris Irving got 3 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side. And he feels the rush quite quickly. Ball out of his hand quickly. Tackle missed on the sideline, but recovered. That is number 7. That's Kamani Hodge.
Zach Powell and Torque Cooper might have forced him out of bounds just shy of midfield.
Gain of 14 on the play, like Ronnie said, just shy of midfield. Guy need about 4 more for a first down. Big play. I think that's what Baytown's going to have to go to, is getting rid of the ball quickly. Start working those flats. Nice play call there. Irving again. Empty backfield. Play clock down to 2. Not sure they're going to get this one off, and they don't.
They don't. That's right. Called a timeout. Timeout called just before the play clock went to 0, so we'll take the break as well with a minute 3 to play in the first quarter. Stings up 14-0.
Ganders take their second timeout.
What was he asking about? Ganders back on the field. Irving, empty backfield. Calls a signal from the gun. Quick fake, has a man there. Almost intercepted.
Is that Coffee? Yeah, Jordan
yep,
Coffee.
Jordan Coffee goes up.
He saw it coming.
Tries to pull it down with one hand. intended receiver was number 12, Joshua Curley. And that incompletion will bring on a punting unit.
Donald Lynch goes back for Texas City, standing at his own 20. Short kick. Hits at the 30, takes a Texas City bounce. Will be downed at the 32. Texas City will start there with 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Beautiful night for football. I was
just thinking about that. You finally get to wear that stocking cap.
Yeah.
You've been waiting to wear it all year. You get to wear that
Watch it.
stocking cap, man. It's got the big longhorn on the front. Golly. How exciting.
Texas City ready to go. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Allen from under center fakes the handoff, gets a big rush, trying to get out of it, and he'll just throw the ball to the sideline.
He threw that ball way to the sideline. Coaches are complaining that he's not outside the tackle boxes, and I could almost agree with them.
Yeah. No flags, though.
He threw that thing about as far high as you could throw it.
Yeah.
Far high. I just didn't know if you were going to grab it or not. 43 seconds left in the first period.
2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Lynch. He's across the line of scrimmage, across the 40. Oh, no, that's Foreman.
It's Lynch's turn, but it's
I know, but that's what messed me up. Deontay Foreman up to the 45.
Gain of 12.
56 degrees. You know, it's about time we get to wear long pants to a football game this year.
Right.
Very little breeze. Matter of fact, the flag laying limp.
I was thinking that too. There's just after the blustery day yesterday, it's been kind of blustery all week. No wind at all.
Handoff up the middle. Lynch, he breaks it outside. Lynch is across midfield, and he'll go down just about a yard shy of the first down marker after a nice run of 9 yards.
Gets across midfield. Dropped there by Deontay Robinson and Omari Fry.
Clock goes to zeros. That's the end of the first quarter here at Stallworth Stadium. Texas City will switch sides of the fields with a 14-0 lead over BaytownLee.
That concludes our first quarter play.
Go 1st and 10 for Texas, or actually 2nd and 9. Fake the handoff and down for a loss. Goes Andrew Allen.
Went down hard as number 24, Leon Cedro, took him to the turf rather emphatically.
Andrew Allen sacked in the backfield by Leo Cedro.
He gets up. He hung there on the ground for a minute, but right, everybody kind of stop and hold their breath, but he's up. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 for the Stings. They'll send 2 wideouts to the far side, Zach Powell and Marshall Cervic. Effie Hernandez goes in motion. The handoff goes to Lynch. Lynch cuts it up. He's going to be he's going to have the first down on second and third effort. That's exactly right.
And a little help from my friends.
So Donald Lynch will get 9 yards. Just what he needed.
Along with him, numbers. Ramsey Ramirez gives him a little help.
Donald Lynch on the carry. Gets across the 45. Picks up a first down for the Stings.
Lynch will take a breather after that run. Hernandez, fullback. Deontay Foreman, the tailback. 1st and 10 from the Gander 45-yard line. Hernandez in motion, the pitch to Deontay Foreman. He's going to look to throw it downfield and just overthrew a wide-open Marshall Cervic.
Again, great pressure from
He did,
Leon
yes.
Cedro coming from his linebacker, from his safety spot.
That's right, in defense of Deontay. He had to get rid of that ball pretty quick. Servik was out there with nobody around him, but it just had to happen too quick. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Texas City. Servik out wide here to the near side. In the backfield again, but Foreman gets past it. He's wide open 30, 20. Nobody's going to catch Deontay Foreman. Touchdown from 45 yards away.
You can only rush like that so many times, and it's going to burn you. So Cedro that time got him in the backfield, got him a little ding, got him a little hit back there, but it cost his team 6 points.
Well, that's right. Then good observation. Yeah, it worked for him a couple of times, but don't go to that well too many times against Texas City with their speed.
45 yards. Beautiful. Really, after he got through the line of scrimmage, no one available even to put a finger on him.
Aaron Clace ready to attempt the extra point from the hold of Andrew Allen. Good snap from Tate Smith. Kick is up, and it is good. So 10:38 to play in the first half. Texas City extends it. I'm looking up. It is 21.
44 on the board,
I'm looking
man.
at the scoreboard, and it says 44 to nothing. So now they're going to change it. Now it says 3 to nothing. But anyway, it's 21 to nothing.
3 scores. I think they're going to just start keeping how many scores we score. Give us a point every score.
We'll take a break and be right back. That was Trace Rodriguez set to kick off for Texas City after they take the 21 to nothing lead on a 45-yard run by Deontay Foreman. This one picked up at the 5. Not sure who that Stingray was that grabbed a hold of some jersey and wouldn't let go. I think, not sure who it was.
Well, it was Nathan Stahl.
Was it Stahl? Well, he wouldn't let go. That young man has now got a. If he had an extra large jersey on, it's a triple X now. I have a feeling. We'll go ahead and apologize now. I have a feeling that throughout the night there have been some JV players brought up to start getting them some action and also letting them get the feel of playoff fun. And we're not going to have some of the numbers. Haven't quite updated all of the roster yet.
The Ganders come to the line of scrimmage. Javarius gives the ball off, first man through. He goes nowhere. Maybe he loses a yard.
Nowhere except into the arms of Francois Bonilla and also Adrian Burton, number 59.
I believe the ball carries number 4, Deontay Robinson. Called a loss of 1. Second down and 11. Irving, quick route in the flat on the right side. Going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards to the 32.
Immediately brought down by Donald Lynch for the Stings.
Brian Zeno.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Again, lots of time getting in. They don't huddle, but a lot of time getting the play in, looking at the wristbands. Play clock down to 10. Irving rolls to the near side, going to put this one up. Has the receiver. He catches it at the 34-yard line.
He was awful close to that sideline. But
yes, he was. I do believe he got a foot in bounds.
Defender fell down.
Yeah. Had him just wide open. 41 yards on the play. definitely the biggest play of the night so far for the Ganders. Ball given again up the middle to Deontay Robinson. Robinson churns forward for about 4 yards down to the 30-yard line.
Francois Bonilla and Devontae Hinton get off the bottom of the pile, making the tackle for Texas City.
So a huge play by the Ganders. They're just their third first down of the night, but that was a big first down, 41 yards on the pitch and catch. And fortunately for Texas City, it was on the sideline.
That's exactly right.
Because I do believe that Joe went to the ground trying to make sure he kept his feet in bounds. Irving rolls to the far side. Throw back to the near side. Wide open, caught in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down at about the 3-yard line, but a big gain.
Devontae Hinton on the stop. Boy, Donald Lynch was trying all he could, but somebody had a piece of jersey and wouldn't let go, but no flags.
And right back again, second biggest play of the night for 31 yards, complete to Joshua Curley. Now, Tech City having some trouble getting some folks in the game, and the flag goes down. Flag thrown by the back judge back there in the end zone. Illegal substitution against Texas City, half the distance of the goal.
That'll put the ball at about the 1.5-yard line. First and goal from the 1, we'll call it, for Baytown-Lee. Now Baytown's got players come in and out.
They've got to call a timeout to keep from getting the penalty on themselves.
That's their third and final timeout of the half. We'll take the break as well and be back in just a minute.
Full house backfield. Lots of jumping going on. And finally,
no touchdown call. Yeah, they're going to call him down.
I got to look for his number. That's Lee Holtz. I believe that number 78.
Devontae Hinton comes away with the ball in his hand, but it's going to remain Gander's ball. Nice job by the Stings.
It's got the refrigerator going on here.
Yeah. Tort Cooper gets off the bottom of the pile for Texas City, as they did a good job. Call it maybe a gain of half a yard. It's second and goal from inside the 1.
Look like a lot of movement on that front line, both sides.
On both sides, exactly right, and no flag. This time the big man
he does make it in.
Gets in.
It's tough to keep the big dog out from a half a yard away.
That's right. Lee Holtz Jr.
Did you say Lou Holtz Jr.?
Lee.
Yeah, Lee, thank you.
Surely there's no Lou Holtz Jr.
You don't think?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going there. One of them is enough, though, isn't there?
Yes, it is. Abraham Gomez for the point after. It's good. So the Ganders cut into that lead. Stings on top, 21-7.
Ganders are on the board with 7.
Baytown-Lee set to kick off after Dennis, something that Texas City defense not used to. The first time they've been scored on in pitched 2 shutouts last 2 games.
Yes, sir. Been a while. It's been
a nice dry run for the defense.
It has been.
Lynch and Foreman back deep. This line drive squib kick going to be picked up at about the 19-yard line by Deontay Foreman. He's got some blockers in front of him across the 40, up to the 45-yard line, and now a flag comes in late at the end of the play.
Tyrell Washington with the tackle. Looked like he might have had a piece of face mask on the way down.
45-yard line for the Stings. Flag on the play.
Yep, that's it. Face mask is the call against the Ganders. That'll give Texas City some added yardage. That'll put the ball into Gander territory. So the Stings will start 1st and 10 at the Baytown 40-yard line. Cooper and Lynch in the backfield. Stings the 21-0 lead. Allen fakes the handoff, steps straight back, comes to the near side, and can't get it there. Trace Rodriguez saying, hey, I couldn't get there because he held me.
Rodriguez made a turn. He made the turn and tried to come back and couldn't come back.
Yeah.
He couldn't come back. Like he was stuck in mud or stuck in the grasp.
And the lineman said, 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Lynch, the lone man in the backfield. He gets the pitch, trying that left side. Cuts it up after a nice block. 30, 20, 10. Nobody's catching Donald Lynch. Touchdown from 40 yards away for Donald Lynch.
Donald Lynch carries the ball from the 40-yard line.
With that carry, he's 17 yards away from his 1,000-yard season. Kind of sad that they couldn't have just gone ahead and gone down at the 40. You know, back there, he would if he had left, forgot the penalty. He'd have been 2 yards away.
That's right.
So anyway, oh well. Great run.
27-0 with the extra point to come. Aaron Clace set to attempt it. Good snap. Kick is up. And it is good. 6:36 to play in the first half. Texas City extends their lead 28-7 over BaytownLee.
Stings extend their lead 28-7.
Trace Rodriguez at the kickoff after the 40-yard run for touchdown by Donald Lynch. Nice run back, but he hits a wall at about the 33.
Trace Rodriguez with a stop. Joshua Curley, the ball carrier. Good return, gets it back to the 33. Good field position for the Ganders.
Boy, nothing better than the hustle of your kicker to go downfield and make the stop.
And he didn't just like barely make the stop.
It wasn't like he was the last man there between
he was
the guys.
emphatically making the stop.
Exactly.
Right. 6:29 remaining in the first half. Stings on top 28-7. Last drive was 2 plays, 14 seconds. This one goes into the middle of the line. Gains maybe a yard.
Corey Robinson on the stop for Texas City.
Deontay Robinson, the running back, now kind of switched positions. Earlier, Leon Cedro was running. Now Cedro has been pretty well used primarily defensively. Call it a gain of 1. Irving this time gives again, coming to the near side, has some room, gets around that corner to the sidelines. Nice run by Deontay Robinson.
Donald Lynch fights off a block to force him out of bounds, but like you said, Dennis, not before the nice run, nice gain.
Picks up 13 on the carry. I tell you what, this team, they show some flashes of some offense, and you see why they've racked up some yardage this year. First down on that play as Deontay Robinson, senior, looked at quarterback Javarius Irving is a sophomore, so he'll be around for a few years. Joshua Curley also is a sophomore. Nice early sophomore class. This one across the middle, intended for Byron Zeno, and thrown a little bit behind him. Actually, that's number 8. That's Jacoby Fountain.
Irving, just as he let go of the ball, he got hit and put to the ground by Bonilla.
Jacoby Fontaine.
Flag on the play. I didn't see that over at the 47-yard line on the far side. Wow, lots of motion. They were really in motion, really offsides.
I don't think I can even do it that fast.
There he goes again. Next time we have motion, we need to get a close up on that referee. That's got to be in the bloopers, man.
Yeah,
referee.
You do that in slow motion, it'll be regular motion for most folks.
Procedure call on the Ganders. It'll move them back 5 yards. It'll replay the first down. 5 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first half. Stings have 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns. Irving, late fake, holds it, keeps it, tries to push it up the field. Going to pick up a yard, and lucky to do that.
Corey Robinson slowed him up. Finished off by Hinton and Marino.
Kept that play in the belly, kept the ball in the belly of the running back quite a while, trying to figure out if he's going to keep it or not. Not for sure either decision would have been the right one. So that'll at least keep the clock running down 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Now to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 10. Irving man goes in motion. That's Cedro. This ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Foreman, Deontay Foreman.
It was either Foreman or Robinson, either one. Both of them were right there in the line of the pass. I believe it was Foreman, though.
This one trying to get that quick out to man in motion, Leon Cedro. Cedro back in the backfield now, replacing Deontay Robinson. Lots of seeming just little and quick receivers for the Ganders. Cedro again goes in motion, but they come to the near side. They choose DeAndre Joby. Job is hit on the near sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds. Going to pick up about 7, but going to be way short of the first down.
Donald Lynch on the stop for the Stings will bring up, like I say, 4th and 5.
And looks like they're going to go for it here with 4 minutes and 21 seconds. With the clock ticking down. Or they may just be looking at maybe trying a hard snap. See if they can get the Stings to jump. But they're taking their time getting the play in. Again, play clock down to 10. Irving, lone man in the backfield. Gets this one in the flat, and it's caught.
Right at the marker.
I believe he's
going to have it. If not,
Job was the receiver. And I bet they're probably going to come out and measure it.
Yep.
I can't see where they've laid the ball. They laid the ball.
Looks like it's right at the 38.
And we don't have a view of it. We've got coaches in their front row seats up there. Oh.
Wait a minute,
I think the thing broke.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. The chain
hold on.
Came off. Hold on. We got to fix this real quick. Hurry before Tech City sees it.
Referee said, never mind, we're going with
Just
it.
Go with it.
Chain gang was ready to really measure it this time, and it's too late.
First down, Baytown.
At the Texas City 42-yard line.
First fourth down conversion, or actually fourth down conversion attempt of the night. Successful for the Ganders. Irving from the shotgun. Quick strike on the near flat. And people like the fake in the end zone over here on the sidelines, but he lost a yard.
Got by Nathan Stahl, but he looked up and there was Devontae Hinton coming at him. He said, I think I'll just go out of bounds.
Actually, he lost 2 yards. Went out of bounds, so the clock stops at 3:37. Stings switching sides on defense, and this one's put up for grabs. Caught and into the end zone. It looked like he was pushed down, but there's no flag.
Nathaniel Edwards defending, but he went to the ground.
From 42 yards away, a touchdown strike.
Irving's pass is complete. 44-yard touchdown pass to Jacoby Fontaine.
So the Ganders with their second score of the night.
Jacoby Fountain finds the end zone. Steps under that one. Of course, it's nice when your defender's laying on the ground behind you. This one's blocked and recovered. I didn't see who got the hand on it, but nice job getting through there. Lots of had 3 choices.
Yeah.
Devontae Hinton, I believe, is given credit for it.
I believe it was Hinton, but with 3:29 to play in the first half, Stings up 28-13. Donald Lynch and Deontay Foreman back deep for Texas City after BaytownLee put 6 on the board, the extra point attempt blocked. Short kick taken by Deontay Foreman at the 30. Now he's coming back. Oh, puts a stiff arm down. It blocks 2 folks. Now still looking for some running room. He's at 35 up to the 40-yard line. Wow.
He is just strong.
We've seen that stiff arm all year long, and this time as he puts a gander to the ground with it, it actually knocks another gander down. So about a 10-yard return by Deontay Foreman gives the Stings 1st and 10 at their own 40. Foreman and Cooper will be in the backfield for Andrew Allen and company. Foreman gets the call on the left side, gets a block across the 45 and up to the 47-yard line.
Deontay Foreman on the carry picks up 7 yards on the play. Stop was made by Casey Munson.
Clock continues to run, exactly 3 minutes and counting to play here in the first half.
Sting scoring drives have been 255, 151, 212, and 21 seconds. So plenty of time for Texas City.
Allen fires it out here to his Marshall Surovic. He does catch it. It's really a nice catch from right off the top of the turf, but it'll actually lose a yard.
I just saw the defender coming and was a little nervous about that one being thrown in the flat here.
Allen's pass was complete to Aerobic. Lost a yard on the play.
Third and 3. Trace Rodriguez out wide to the far side. Hernandez goes in motion to pitch to Deontay, looking for some running room. Can't find any, and he'll go down after a gain of about 1. It'll be 4th and a couple. Actually, it was 3rd and 4. Now it's going to be 4th and 3.
Got to sting down.
Got a
Tate Smith, I believe, number 83.
Let's take a break while we've got the injury timeout, and we'll be back in just a minute. After the injury timeout, Tate Smith, good to see him walking off under his own power. It's 4th and 3 for Texas City from their own 47-yard line.
It's first 4th down of the night for the Stings.
Rodriguez with it sideline and punt, and it comes to the sideline. That one didn't quite go like he wanted it to. Went out of bounds. Official's going to mark it at the 42. So the Ganders will have 95 seconds to work with here in the first half.
It's interesting. Ganders have had the last two drives, 77 yards and 67-yard drives. This time again, Irving fakes and just going to be tripped up.
Boy,
wow.
Francois Bonilla just got enough of him. He still got about 3 or 4, actually close to 5 more yards, but never could get his feet again. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage.
Got him out here in the flat. Complete to number 3, P.J. Leonce, and Leonce picks it up for about an 18-yard gain.
Cooper forces him out of bounds quickly again.
These guys are built for quick strike, and they're going at it. This one thrown away, wisely thrown away by Javarius Irving.
Getting a big rush from Devontae Hinton and others. That'll stop the clock with 1:05 left to play in the half.
As I said earlier, we don't have the height and weight of these guys, but they just seem to have a lot of quick wide receivers. Small but quick. Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. This time a little misdirection play to Sato. And he goes nowhere. Excuse me, that's Cedro.
Devontae Hinton puts a stop to that one. It'll be a loss of a couple.
Brings up 3rd down. They've been putting it in the air, and now they decide to stay on the ground. A little misdirection. Stings stay home and do a nice job of shutting that one down. Irving. I was going to say he didn't have pressure, but now the pressure comes, and he's going to keep it. Gets out of bounds. 17-yard pickup for Javarius Irving.
Boy, Torque Cooper and Corey Robinson had their shots in the backfield.
First down. Clock stops at 32. And a fresh set of downs for the Ganders. Sting's just not able to get to where they need to go before the play starts. This one's putting up in the end zone. Going to be long. And I tell you what, Francois Bonilla flat out put Irving on the ground at the end of that play.
I was watching. It was a little I was worried that they might throw something there. It was a little bit late, but no harm, no foul. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 26 seconds.
Irving put a little too much juice on that one. 2 stings on coverage, so probably fortunate that he did put too much juice on it. This one again goes to the man in motion coming across. Broken tackle down to the 10. He's down to the 6-yard line. That's Deontay Robinson running like a wild man.
Donald Lynch slowed him up and finally got the stop. But I tell you what, lots of hustle.
17 yards on the carry. And as clock stops to move the chains. And he throws this one to the ground to stop the clock at 13. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. And again, Stings call a wisely called timeout. Ronnie, they've just been running all over the secondary.
Man, they have. not
finding their spot before the play is called. They've just not been able to get there.
They haven't.
In this fast-paced, beforehand, they were stopping and looking at their wristbands and taking their time. On this drive, they have just been blowing and going.
They have not slowed down to even take a breath, and it's worked for them. There's 13 seconds left, and they're looking at 2nd and goal from the 6. So Texas City with the 28-13 lead calls the timeout to say, let's catch a breath and see if we can't put a stop to this. Got some Baytown folks pretty excited right now.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely, like I say, Ronnie, Baytown's gone for the last 2 drives. Started at the 23-yard line, a 77-yard drive in 7 plays, and then got the ball on the 33-yard line. So they had a 67-yard drive. So after the first 3 drives, punt, last 2 drives have been all touchdowns.
Yeah.
And they want to capitalize on this one as well. Texas going the other way. First 4 drives, touchdowns, and the last drive was a 3-and-out. So the momentum definitely is trying its best to, switch over to the Gander side. As the Ganders back at the line of scrimmage and are ready to put this one in the end zone. 13 ticks left on the clock. Left in halftime. Texas City 28-13 having a lead, and somehow or another we have an extra guy on the field after a timeout. Irving rolls, has a man in the end zone. It's tipped away. Not for sure if they knew which man was supposed to grab the ball. DeAndre Job tipped it away. The two receivers, Job and Jacoby Fountain, were there in the end zone.
Jordan Coffey, the Sting defender there. Now we've got another Sting down.
That's Foreman.
We'll take a timeout with 9 seconds to play. Sting's on top, 28-13.
Fortunately, Deontay Foreman walks off under his own power. And we're back to the action with 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Irving, 3 steps, looks, spins, down to the 1-yard line. And somehow or another the clock stops. I don't know how it stopped. They don't have a timeout. It's still at 1. How is the clock stopping?
Yeah.
They don't have any timeouts, I didn't think.
Now the official's saying, what is the deal?
How is the
now they're going to hold the ball up. Hold it up.
There
Halftime.
we go.
That's the half.
There we go.
That's
I'm thinking it stopped twice. It stopped at 3, and then it stops at 1, and there's been no indication on the field. That's halftime, folks. Didn't get in. Just about gained 5, needed 6. Sting's on top here at halftime. 28-13.
Ladies and gentlemen, Texas City High School proudly presents the Stingerette Dance Team. The Stingerettes are under the field direction of the following dance officers: Senior Lieutenant Larissa Alamay, Junior Lieutenant Cameron Cotton, Senior Lieutenant Cassie Igas, Lieutenant Colonel Michaela Clay, Colonel Sarah Hodges, Stingeret social officers include President Kara Dean, Secretary Rosie Diaz, Treasurer Terrany Crump, Historian Megan Newman. The Stingeret Spirit Girl of the Week is Lauren Everling. The Stingeret Dancer of the Week is Mackenzie Godot. The Stingeret Teacher of the Week is Miss Sullivan. The Stingerets are under the direction of directors Ashley Hardich and Lindsay Owens. Tonight, the Stingerets will be performing a kick routine to the music selection of You've Got a Friend in Me.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, taking the field from Texas City, Texas, the Texas City High School Sting Marching Band, under the direction of Brian Marino, David Richard, Vincent Gumkowski, and David Perez. Texas City is proud to present in halftime performance drum majors Caitlin Fastbinder, Raymond Herrera, and Jacob Larson. Tonight, the band will be performing Hold on. What is that? A supervillain just took off with our drum major's hat. Is there anyone who can save us? Look! Can it be? The Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight. It is! Batman is here to save us. Help us, Batman. Oh no, the villain got away. Surely there must be someone out there that can save us. Wait, who is that? Could it be? This looks like a job for Superman. Thank you, Superman. Citizens, we can rest assured now the villain is apprehended and justice has been served. The Texas City High School Sting Band would like to take a moment and thank some of our biggest supporters. Joseph Figarelli, Texas City ISD Director of Performing and Visual Arts. Holly LaRoe, Texas City High School Principal. Dr. Cynthia Lucinolo, Texas City ISD Superintendent. Diane Martin, Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education. Suzanne Myers, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education. Margaret Lee, Assistant Superintendent of Business and Operations. Karen Miller, Assistant Superintendent of Support Services.
As Texas City comes back on the field, we'll start second half action in just a minute. Sting's up 28-13. Dennis, been an interesting first half. Stings seemed to have momentum going, and then all of a sudden, the last half of that second quarter, it was all BaytownLee.
Tell you what, Stings only won the second quarter by a point, 14-13, because BaytownLee came alive, and actually they were just a yard away from making this a one-touchdown game. Just time ran out on him. Little sophomore quarterback probably he had to do all over again. Might have tried to run two plays rather than one. But like you say, you're right, Ronnie. The last two possessions, not including the very last one, they didn't score, but the last two possessions for Baytown have been both scores. And really, they've been moving the ball very effectively.
They have.
And like we've not seen all season, they're putting plays together of 17 yards. Incomplete, 17 yards, 1 yard incomplete, 14 yards. They have been putting big plays together. Initially in the first three or four, actually in the first three possessions, they were 3 and outs, 2 3 and outs. And since then, they have just, they've had quite a few, I say big plays of 15 or more yards.
Well, it is a little easier now that we've watched them to understand how they can be such a powerful offense and leading the district in offense. They're just, man, when they're quick, and when they go, they go.
Well, just looking at, I don't have official stats, but just kind of looking at what I have, really through halftime, they have almost 260 yards in the first half.
That'll do it. I tell you what, Texas City again fighting for that lone district championship. Don't want to share it with anybody. Stings will get the ball to start the second half as second half action is underway. Lynch and Foreman, onside kick taken, and Texas City has recovered it at about the 49-yard line. That was Texas City's Alan Mull. Comes up with the ball.
Again, momentum on the BaytownLee side. Why not?
Exactly.
Talking about the onside kick. Nice, nice try.
Yeah.
Texas City, whether you give them an 80-yard field or a 44-yard field, a lot of times it really doesn't matter.
And, last game of the season, you're 0-6 in district. Let's just pull out all the stops.
Exactly.
Why not? Andrew Allen under center for Texas City. Hernandez and Foreman in the backfield. Foreman gets the call. He just powers his way down to the 45. Thought I heard some extracurricular air noise, and I see they're shooting T-shirts into the stands. That's what it was.
Extracurricular air noise.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, that's.
Have you ever heard of that before?
I think that's a University of Texas term.
Well, yeah,
lots of extracurricular air noise there.
So, okay, back to the action. 2nd and 6 for Texas City. Allen with a handoff again to Foreman.
And more air noise.
Down to the 41.
Foreman again on the carry. Dragged down by number 56, and that's Zarabia.
Texas City looking at a 3rd and 2 from the Gander 41-yard line. Stings will break the huddle. Servik comes to this near side. Zach Powell as well. He's the wideout. Foreman gets the call again. He's got the first down. A couple of stiff arms across the 30, and he'll go out of bounds at the 28.
"13 yards on the carry for Foreman."
And a Texas City first down.
Knocked out of bounds by Tyrell Washington.
Sting's doing just what you want to do when you come out of that locker room. Just take the ball and keep on going with it. Put some points on the board. Rodriguez comes in, brings the play in from the sideline. He'll, he'll come out wide to the near side. Cervic to the far side. Deontay Foreman, the lone man in the backfield. Allen's going to keep it. Got a block from Hernandez. He's across the 25, cuts it up 20 and down to the 16-yard line.
Andrew Allen keeps the ball around the right side
for a Texas City first down.
And a first down for Texas City.
Anthony Hidalgo on the stop for the Ganders. But I tell you what, nice tough run by Andrew Allen. Does a nice job of sneaking right in behind a couple of blocks that are stealing the corners. And then once he's hit, he just keeps on powering forward.
1st and 10 from the 17. Stings on the move here to start the second half. Foreman gets the call. It's across the 15. He'll get down to the 14, and that's going to be about it.
Handoff again going to Foreman. Stopped by Wendell Smith and a host of gamers.
Gain of 3.
Coming up on the 6th play of the drive here. All on the ground.
Foreman, he gets the call as the only man in the backfield, and he'll go down to the 10. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3.
Carries the ball again to the left side. Gets down to the 10-yard line. Taken down there by DeMarcus Fletcher.
Ball sitting right on the 10 at the near hash mark. Zach Powell brings the play in from the sideline. He'll go wide to the far side with Hernandez and Foreman, the backs. Fake the handoff to Foreman, and Andrew Allen rolls around the near side. He's got some room. 5, touchdown, Andrew Allen.
Touchdown Stings.
Nice job by Texas City and Allen as he fakes the handoff to Foreman coming this way, and he just rolls back the other way against the flow. And
nice call. You got great pursuit by Baytown, kind of taking advantage of that. Foreman's been carrying the ball very effectively. So just nice job, just taking a little bootleg. Andrew Allen seeing the green, taking it in for the 6.
Aaron Clace to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So 8:31 to play here in the third quarter. Texas City strikes first in the second half. They're up 35-13. We'll be right back. Trace Rodriguez puts the ball on the tee. He'll kick off after a nice drive by Texas City.
Yeah, just very methodical. Only had 2 third-down conversions in that drive. 7 plays, 44 yards, took 3 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock.
Rodriguez kick taken at the 6-yard line.
Deontay Robinson with the run back. Brings it back to the 29.
Junior number 21, Robert Frank, gets a hand in there to trip him up.
Tackled there by Alan Mull.
Got some help from Alan Mull. So the Ganders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ganders have started most of their drives right here in this area. Their best field position was their last drive that started just before the half at the 41. Other than that, they've been pretty well right around the 30. Last 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and then the drive just short right before halftime. Javarius Irving at quarterback. He hands the ball to Cedro, and Cedro slips out of the tackle, but can't slip away.
From Dante Hayes. Number 36. That's right, he broke a couple of tackles, but Hayes was right there. The big 6'4", 250-pound sophomore.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, and we get to see that for a couple more years.
All of it.
All 6 feet 4 inches of him.
No gain on the play for Cedro, Leon Cedro. This time, Irving keeps up the middle, slips through the tackle, into the secondary, all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Stop finally made by Zach Powell.
Gain of 15, just like that. Deontay Robinson, the lone man in the backfield with him, number 4. Fade goes to Robinson. Now Robinson's going to come up to the slot. Looking to pass. Pass complete at the 40. Following behind the block. Patiently behind the block. He breaks through. He's at the 30, the 20. He's at the 10. He's in for the touchdown, but there's a flag back at the 45-yard line. It's coming back.
Wow. Tough break for the Ganders. Huge break on the plus side for Texas City.
55-yard pitch and catch. The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
5 yards for the score. Flags on the play.
Officials marking this one 10 yards. You can pretty well guess when that flag comes in behind the play like that. It's pretty well always holding, and it is.
Flag runners for Lee as they run the field after the what they thought was a touchdown. They're going to be a little upset they did all that running for nothing, but so is the Gander offense.
Yes, sir. Big play negated. Now it's 1st and 20. Tripped up in the backfield is Deontay Robinson.
Francois Bonilla and Nathan Stahl.
Taken down in the backfield by Nathan Stahl.
Loss of 3. So I tell you what, negative yardage after a penalty is just a kind of a tack on insult to injury. That's the time where you really want to try to bounce back from it.
Yeah.
Irving, 3-step drop, looks, airs this one out. Tipped around, and it's incomplete.
Zach Powell and Corey Johnson defending on the play for Texas City.
DeAndre Joe and P.J. Leonce. Not sure which one was the intended receiver because they were all right there together. So that incompletion brings up 3rd and clock says 13, but it's not right. 3rd and 23.
I was going to say 3rd and 13 plus about 10, and that's you're right. It is. They've got to get across midfield to the 45.
Well, that holding penalty, it's just a killer, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Not only in yardage, but in ego and momentum. Just like you said, everything about it just kills a drive.
Irving, 3 steps, has some pressure, puts this one up again, and there's no one out there to receive this one except
Corey Johnson.
Corey Johnson.
And he gives it a big Texas City effort. He said, hey, I'll take an interception if I'm by myself, but ran out of real estate over there.
Possibly an interception at that point would have put Texas City in worse position
than this punt will.
Because we've hadn't had real good averages on punts. I know he's trying to keep the ball away from Foreman.
Foreman will be standing at around his own 40-yard line as BaytownLee set to punt. High snap. Missed the kick. Just trying to get it away. Swung at air with his right foot, and the ball will be downed at about the 13-yard line. Not sure who covered the ball up for Texas City, but snap was high. Good job by the punter just to even bring it in.
Devontae Hinton got up with it.
The play ball was recovered by Devontae Hinton.
So Hinton comes up with it. They're going to mark it at the 15. 1st and 10 Texas City at the BaytownLee 15-yard line. So, boy, not only did it take 6 points off the board, Texas City ends up getting the ball in an excellent field position. Donald Lynch in the backfield Fakes the handoff to Lynch. Lynch does a good job of blocking a would-be. Up, intercepted in the end zone by Baytown.
Well, that's just pretty simple. Number 32 just kind of waited on that one to come to Amari Fry. Two defenders there. And as Allen throws on the run, this one is a fairly easy interception.
Bobby O'Neill, the Stingery, in the end zone as well, but not even close to him. So BaytownLee gets a break. After the bad snap on their fourth down, they get it right back on the first play from scrimmage. The Ganders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Well, realizing that their own 20, this is the worst field position they've started with.
Wow.
But I'm sure they'll take that over giving it to Texas City on the 15.
Exactly.
Two receivers on each side. Little interesting play as the man in motion came across the backfield. Didn't get the handoff, but he gets a pass. And tell you what, telegraphed it to the whole world.
Boy, including Zach Powell and Cameron Marino. They heard the telegraph message first.
P.J. Leonce catches that and loses 10. Or actually, we'll be generous and say he loses 9. Again, Ganders in a hole here. Defense seems to be stiffening up a little bit. Quick strike here in the flat, caught by Jacoby Fountain. Fountain gains the 10 yards that was just lost.
Forced out of bounds right there by Donald Lynch. So yeah, they get the lost yardage back. Like Dennis said, it'll be 3rd and 10.
Irving in the backfield with Cedro. Irving looking to try to run this. Has a wide open receiver in the middle of the field. Catches it at the 47 and down at the 48-yard line. Wide open is P.J. Leonce.
Middle of the field. Picks up a first down for the Ganders.
27 yards on the catch.
Devontae Hinton, I guess we'll say on the stop, but actually he was just the nearest defender.
Again, big play on 3rd down. Cedro gets the call, and he's going to be hitting the backfield. But, give these guys credit. They keep on fighting back. They keep on fighting back.
They do. 6 white jerseys in on the stop. Getting off the bottom of the pile is Francois Bonilla.
Leo Cedro on the carry. Taken down by Adrian Burton and Francois Bonilla.
Loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 12 for the Ganders.
So Irving didn't find a receiver, so he just tucks it, takes it up the field, outruns everybody at the line of scrimmage, gain of 13 and a first down.
And moves the chains. That's exactly right. Cameron Marino is the one that ran him out of bounds.
Irving gives this time little number 4, Deontay Robinson. Robinson slithers forward for a yard or 2.
Nathan Stahl on the stop.
Picked up by Stahl.
The clock still hadn't started back. I'm not sure what those guys are doing over there. We need to go we'll knock on the window and wake them up. We may be here a while. Now it starts. Stop to move the chains. Deontay Robinson in the backfield with Irving. Irving fakes. Robinson looks. Has a man. Puts it up. And almost caught in the end zone. Intended for, I believe that's number 2, DeAndre Job.
Nice job of coming back to the ball by Job. His defender almost overran it. Colin Abernathy and Donald Lynch back for Texas City. Actually, that's not Abernathy. That's Jordan Coffey. My apologies. 3rd and 9 now for the Ganders after the incomplete pass in the end zone. Line of scrimmage, the Texas City 39.
Irving 3 steps, looks, fakes, has pressure. He gets out of it somehow or another. Now he's going to just throw this one away, and wisely so.
Well, I'm not sure how he got out of that pressure.
Not either.
And he threw it away wisely, like you said, just as Devontae Hinton was breathing heavily down his neck.
Now bring up 4th down, 4th and 9. And it looks like they're keeping the offense. Play clock hadn't been chopped in yet, so I'm not sure what they're going to decide to do on the incomplete pass. Now the play clock starts. Offense stays on the field. They're about due for a big play, 15, 17 yards or so. Seems to happen every 3 or 4 plays. Snap is there, 3 steps, looks. Irving has a lot of time. Throws this one high. Had a man at the 30.
Did
just
he
couldn't
ever.
hit him.
Wide open at the 30-yard line was DeAndre Job.
So a turnover on downs for the Ganders. Valiant effort as they return it, or drive it from the 20 all the way down to Texas City's 39.
So Texas City gets the ball back on downs. Cooper and Foreman in the backfield. Foreman gets the call, cuts across. He's got some room. 50, 45, 40. It's a foot race. 30. Nobody's going to catch. Deontay Foreman, touchdown, Texas City.
61 yards and no flags, Ronnie.
No flags is right. Just like that, boy, Foreman came up the right side. He cut it to the outside, and once he made his cut, there was no stopping him. Nobody. One man to beat, and he beat that guy pretty quickly once he got to the sideline. 6 points for Texas City with the extra point to come.
The last possession only lasted 1 play, but it was an interception. This is a one-play drive, the kind you like, puts points on the board.
Aaron Clace with the extra point. It's up and good. 3 minutes, 52 seconds to play in the third quarter. Texas City extends the lead 42-13 over Baytown-Lee. We'll be right back. Trace Rodriguez set to kick off for Texas City after the Stings put a quick 7 on the board, Dennis.
Very quick. I didn't even write down the time. Didn't take him long to run 61 yards.
No, it didn't. Kick hits the ground. Picked up at the 11. And
nice cover.
Tort Cooper along with, I believe that's Ralph Anderson.
Robert Frank was in there too, standing it up.
DeAndre Job gets the ball back out close to the 20-yard line for the Ganders.
1st and 10, Baytown-Lee at their own 18.
Taken down by Tariq Cooper and Ralph Anderson.
Baytown has had their 2 possessions of the half. A 7 plays and punt, and then a 41-yard, 9-play drive that ended in a turnover and downs. Quick strike here in the flat. Going to go nowhere.
Corey Robinson quickly there
Pass complete to Fontaine.
to make the stop. Be a loss of a couple.
Jacoby Fountain, the receiver, actually loss of 3.
Cameron Marino and Corey Robinson.
So it brings up 2nd down and 12, actually. Loss of 2. Cedro in the backfield with Irving. 3 steps, looks. Going to go long. Airs this one out. It's going to be just out of reach of the intended receiver. That's Joshua Curley, the other sophomore.
Coverage by Zach Powell.
Zach Powell depending on the play.
Just a little more air Javarius Irving needed. He's got a pretty good little arm right there.
Yes, he
Shows
does.
some distance.
Like you said, and he's only a sophomore.
Brings up third down, 3rd and 12. Irving, 3 steps, looks, flushed out of the pocket. Now he puts this one up. Complete at the 40-yard line.
Brought
and
down.
Somehow,
Oh,
wow.
I'm telling you.
Jacoby Fountain.
Devontae Hinton was right there with him, but you're right. Somehow he came up with that ball. Hinton makes the stop, but not before the big gain and a first down.
27 yards on the catch. And now they go to the run game. Ball given to P.J. Leonce, and Leonce tries to hit the sideline.
Forced out by Hinton, but he'll gain a couple. It looks like they're going to give him 2 yards to the 49.
Gain of 3 yards on the play.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. They kind of changing the pace here. Seems to work when they do it. Tech City trying to get some different players into the game and going to have to call a timeout as they do it.
We'll take the break with 2:49 to play in the third quarter. Texas City on top, 42-13 over BaytownLee.
I think everybody needed a breath
Yeah.
to catch their breath. This drive starts at the 18 and now just shy of midfield. Baytown just seems to have the right answer after a couple of losses. This one up in the air. Caught! Oh, in and out of the hands. I thought it was caught. Should have been caught.
Couldn't bring it in.
Intended for DeAndre Job, and he was wide open coming across the middle of the field.
Corey Johnson there defending.
Like I say, but that's okay because it's only 3rd down, and Baytown, they're about due for another 28-yarder.
This is their down. Yeah.
They seem to have been very successful so far.
3rd and 7 now. Sting defense would like nothing more than to put a stop to it right here at the 49-yard line.
This one almost intercepted, but it's complete. Number 12 has it. Joshua Curley going to be down in touchdown.
Nathan Stahl holding his hands to his head, and we're all not sure how he didn't intercept that ball.
He was going for the ball, went for the ball, and just didn't get it.
It looked like it went right through his hands, but it must have just missed getting there and into the waiting arms of a gander. And just like you said, that 3rd down
from 53 yards out. Pass was only about 8 yards down the field. But he did the rest, I got more or less out of surprise. Abraham on to attempt the extra point. Hold, got fire going on.
Nothing to do but go down there at the 10-yard line,
exactly.
stopped by Colin Abernathy. So for the second time tonight, the extra point's no good. But we'll take the break with Texas City hanging on to that lead, 42-19 over BaytownLee.
Stopped by Nathan Stahl.
Abraham Gomez will kick this one away.
And do you think Texas City expects something short? Nobody past the 30-yard line. And, yes, he kicks it long. Nobody back there but Donald Lynch, and he picks it up. Now he's trying to get to the outside. He's got a block. He's at the 30, 35, and he'll go down at the 40-yard line. Nice run back by Lynch.
Nice run back, and that's – if you go back and look at that right there, there's going to be a couple of highlights. A couple of highlights for a couple of stings. Get to make a couple of good blocks on that play. A couple of blindside blocks. It's a nice run back. Texas will take over at the 40-yard line.
See if they've got an answer now to that last BaytownLee score.
Last play or last drive was a one-play drive.
Lynch in the backfield. Neffy Hernandez goes in motion. Lynch gets the call. He's got some room with a blocker in front of him. He's across midfield, 50, 40. Still on his feet, comes back to the near side, 30. He's got his 1,000 yards, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Donald Lynch. Just what you wanted to see.
60 yards away and busted into the 1,000-yard mark. The second player on the team last week, it was Foreman. This week it's Lynch.
Nice job by Donald Lynch. Had that lead block on the far side, by Nefi Hernandez. And once he got that block, he got a step or two, cut it back to the near side, came all the way across the field. He might have ran 60 for the touchdown, but he ran about 85.
You asked the Texas City to see how they were going to answer?
I think they just answered me.
I think they did.
Aaron Clace with the extra point. Good snap, hold us down, kick. It's up, and it
just good.
Makes it. No sense in kicking it too far. With 2:15 to play in the third quarter, Texas City extends the lead 48-19 over the Ganders. Wow. Trace Rodriguez set the kickoff for Texas City after they answer the BaytownLee score with a touchdown of their own on to say the least, an exciting 60-yard run by Donald Lynch. Not only giving Texas City 7 more points, but puts him over the 1,000-yard mark for the season with 140 yards unofficially.
Fortunately, this one was whistled dead because the Stings were grabbing at the ball, and the ball came out actually before the runner was down, but they'd already whistled and dead. Luckily for the Ganders. So Texas City on the season, 10 games, have scored at least 40 points in all 10 games. Last week was their lowest point total for 40 as they beat Santa Fe 40-0. But so tonight, 49 points. Puts the Stings with a good average, I should say.
A good average is right. Is that a way of saying you don't know what the average is? You can't.
Well, not after tonight.
Yeah. Sting offense has been quite impressive throughout the season.
Ganders back to the line of scrimmage. Irving will fake pressure, gets out of it somehow, but doesn't get out of the next one.
Unfortunately, getting out of it means he loses another couple of yards.
Exactly. It gets out of it, and there's more pressure. And they'll give him forward progress because he actually went down in the end zone.
Yeah, forward progress to the 1.
Stifling defense, I'm telling you.
Cameron Marino sacks Irving in the back.
Cameron Marino, the Stingery, making the stop. Is that a loss of 12? Call it 13. 2nd and 23.
His pass completed to the flat.
Corey Johnson there to make the stop. Got some help from Cameron Marino. Gets the Ganders out of the shadows of their own goalpost. And it'll be 3rd and 13.
Tackle made by Cameron Marino and Corey Johnson.
Two receivers to choose from on either side. Cedro alone back with Javarius Irving. Future is bright here at BaytownLee. Bright sophomore. Good athletes. This one across the middle. He's open, has it at the 37. Ball's on the ground. Still on the ground. Texas City has it. Jordan Coffey, I believe. Who are they going to give it to?
Waiting to see the officials. Yes, Texas City. Coffey comes up with the ball.
Kamani Hodge has the ball. Nice reception. Catches it at the 47 and goes down. On the way down, evidently Coffey had stripped it away.
Wow, big break for Texas City. Tough break for the Ganders.
Fans are yelling that he was down, and we don't have the opportunity to look at replay, but I don't believe he was.
Well, there was an official standing right there. Caton Metz now in wide receiver out to the near side. Running back for Texas City, Joseph Williams. He's across the 50, 45, and goes out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line into Gander territory.
Anthony Hidalgo on the stop.
Picks up a first down for the Stings. Stop there by Anthony Hidalgo.
And it is good to see fresh bodies in there.
Yes, it is. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. And they'll let the clock run down as it's wound in down to 8. There won't be another play. We're going to go to the fourth and final quarter here at Stallworth Stadium in Baytown with Texas City on top, 49-19.
That's the end of the third quarter of play.
Texas City with the ball to start the fourth quarter after they recover the fumble. Zach Fisher in at quarterback with a handoff on the left side to the Stings, number 31, Joseph Williams. Williams takes the ball up to the 37.
Williams again on the carry, tackle by Wendell Smith.
Gain of 4. We'll make it 2nd and 6. Williams, the lone man in the backfield. Toss goes to him on the left side, cuts it back, looking for his blockers. Now reverses his direction and gets to the 35, and that's about it.
Stop made by Tyrell Washington.
Williams again on the carry, taken down by Tyrell Washington.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Stings. The line of scrimmage, the Gander 35-yard line. Caton Metz out wide. Brandon Edwards in the slot. Ball's on the ground.
And the Ganders have it. Number 16 comes up with the ball, Anthony Hidalgo.
I believe it was just not a good, clean handoff.
Ganders will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
So second turnover of the night for Texas City. 1 interception and a fumble.
Both here in the second half.
So the Ganders start off here with 10:41 left in the ball game. Gung-ho, starters in. Irving has time, puts this one up for grabs, and it's caught, intercepted. No, come on, he had the ball. Let's look at the replay. Had his foot down.
Jordan Coffey was right there.
Irving's pass is incomplete.
Long pass, incomplete. Irving keeps.
Nice job.
Sadro looked like he was trying to keep it. Sadro wanted it. Looked like Irving had a hard time pulling it out.
Boy, and Devontae Hinton did a good job closing in and making the stop.
Devontae Hinton.
This one's caught by number 5. Hit hard after he catches.
Boy, he did. Hinton popped him really good. He did a good job of holding on to the ball.
Gain of 16 and a first down. It's exactly what Lee's looking for. Lee on a fast pace now, really not even letting the secondary of Texas City get set. Sadro gets the call, coming to the near side. And he'll be brought down at the 31. Gain of 11 and another first down.
Colin Abernathy with the initial hit.
So again, right back to the line, and the Stings are still trying to get spread out. Sadro has it, just tries to cut, slips down and falls behind right at the line of scrimmage, maybe loses a yard.
Bobby O'Neill will get credit for the tackle.
Clock down under 10. It's actually 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in our game. 49-19 our score here. The Ganders showing some resiliency here. And that one up for grabs. Thought it was going to be intercepted.
Devontae Hinton was right there, and Corey Johnson came in and had a nice shot at it, but just too many bodies all banging into each other as the ball got there.
P.J. Leonce, the intended receiver, was lost in the shuffle and all of that. Third down stops the clock. 3rd and 11, time for a big play for Baytown. Got to gain at least 17 on this play. Fake across the middle.
Nice defense by Corey Johnson.
DeAndre Job was the intended receiver. And you're right, Ronnie. Thought Johnson perhaps had a chance. He came in and broke that one up nicely.
That'll bring up 4th down, but from this position on the field, the Ganners will go for it at the Texas City 32.
Fake across the middle. Irving tries to run, and he does. He slips away from one tackler and the other one. He has it. Turns the first down. He's at the 15. Down at the 7-yard line. What a shifty back. On 4th down. Picks up 25 yards.
Devontae Hinton finally makes the stop. 1st and 10 from the 7, from the 8. 1st and goal from the 8, I should say.
Bounces off, still on his feet. Unbelievable. Deontay Robinson was hit for about a 4-yard loss and somehow or another got out of it.
And Cameron Marino finally brings him down. These guys will not give up. They're not going to stop playing football, and that's what you like to see from both sides of the ball.
Chain gang can't even keep up there. It is, I guess, 1st and goal from the 11. He did lose a yard. How does he get out of that? Somehow or another, Javarius Irving gets away from tackle after tackle.
Finally being chased by Cameron Marino.
He is fun to watch.
He just throws the ball out of bounds.
He's fun to watch if we're ahead.
When you're ahead by 30 points. But, it could be a long next couple of years for District 24 4A trying to catch up with this young man.
Across the middle, has it. Touchdown on the slant. Complete to number 7, Kamani Hodge.
Irving's pass is complete to Kamani Hodge for 8 yards and a touchdown.
Going for 2.
Why not? Kick hadn't worked the last 2 times as well. Nice job to cut the slant off. Well defended. Trying to throw that slant again on the near side.
Larry Edwards and Dante Hayes make the stop for Texas City on the extra point attempt. We'll take the break with 8:14 left to play in the game. It's Texas City 49, Baytown-Lee 25. Gander set to kick off after the touchdown. Onside kick tried, taken by the all-hands man, Jordan Coffey.
Coffey does a nice job of catching it and immediately going down. Those guys were flying through.
Yeah. It's the second time tonight Coffey has done that and done it well. Stings will have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Well, the way Baytown-Lee's playing it, the game just feels closer than the scoreboard.
You're right, it does. You get a little nervous.
Yeah. Robert Frank and Jeremy Martinez in the backfield. Martinez the lead blocker. Frank gets the call. No, gets across the line and just gets his feet knocked out from underneath him. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line. Zach Fisher in at quarterback again this series, waiting on a play. It's coming in from Nathaniel Edwards from the sideline. Caton Metz go out wide to the far side. Edwards will be in the slot. Again, Martinez. And the call, Robert Frank. And Frank will get a yard, maybe two, before he's brought down just shy of the 45-yard line.
Devin Hammond's on the stop, excuse me.
Going to be a 3rd and 3 for the Stings.
Stings drives in the second half. Start off with a touchdown, first drive of the half. Then the interception. The interception was a one-play drive. The next touchdown was a one-play drive. The next touchdown was a one-play drive. And then the fumble. Interesting statistics there.
Yes, it is. Texas City using as much of that clock. Fisher now has the team up to the line of scrimmage. Martinez in motion. The pitch comes to the near side. Frank, loses the ball. Picked up by the Stings. Is that
Number
Edwards?
12. Yep.
Yes, Brandon Edwards. Johnny on the spot as Frank gets across the line of scrimmage and then loses the ball after he's got the first down. Got an injured Gander on the field. Texas City's Chris Mock limps off, but on his own power. We've got an injury timeout on the field. We'll take the break with 6.5 minutes left to play. 49-25. Stings on top. Tyrell Washington, the injured Gander, walking off on his own. Always good to see. Texas City up 49-25.
Gained a lot of yardage on that fumble.
Yes, they did. Looked like it was kicked, obviously inadvertently, but Brandon Edmonds keeps up with the play and comes up with the loose ball. It's 1st and 10 Texas City at the Gander 21-yard line. Handoff this time goes to Xavier Simpson, number 22.
Xavier Simpson on the carry. Ovidio Lopez on the stop.
By the time you listen to this, you'll already know who the Stings are going to play next week. At this point for us, it's either going to be Lamar Consolidated or Rosenberg Terry. There's 4 teams tied looking for those last 3 playoff spots down there in District 23 4A.
And in that district, they're all those 4 teams are playing each other.
That's right.
And the last we checked at half, everything was all pretty tight.
It's still crazy.
Hard to tell.
2nd and 7 now for Texas City. Fisher, handoff to Simpson. Simpson cuts it up. He's inside the 15.
Xavier Simpson again on the carry.
Going to mark it at the 14. A gain of 4. Going to be 3rd and 3. I think there were 4 possible scenarios of who Texas City could play. 3 of those scenarios, if any one of 3 happened, Texas City would play Rosenberg Terry. If one of those 4 happened, we would play Lamar Consolidated. So it's a fun part of the year.
If we were on talk radio, we'd sit here and talk it
we
to death.
We could talk until midnight, right? But we're not, so we won't.
No, we're not. You're right.
Simpson outside is across the 10. Nice run by Xavier Simpson.
Simpson, that's kind of a weird way. Usually you throw the football over near the cheerleaders and you go get it. This time he just runs it over there.
First down for the Stings inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. Run play goes out of bounds. That stops the clock at 4 minutes and 49 seconds left to play. Simpson will stay in. The up back is Jeremy Martinez. Martinez gets the call right up the middle. Scores.
Martinez gets a touchdown.
Touchdown from 8 yards away. Martinez, the senior,
gets his first touchdown of the season.
Jeremy Martinez carries the ball in from the 4-yard line.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is. That's fun to see. Goes to the sideline with every coach that he passes by, giving him high fives and getting the helmet pats from everybody else. Extra point to come. Fisher with the hold. Aaron Clay's kick is up and good. This time he makes sure this one goes through the uprights and well past. So the extra point with 4:45 left to go in the game. Texas City extends the lead 56-25. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a minute. Trace Rodriguez is set to kick off. You see a shot there in the stands across the way on the Texas City sideline. Good group of fans still hanging out here at Stallworth Stadium, watching the Stings on their way to an outright district championship. Nice job by the Sting defense, special teams coverage to make that stop.
Wish we had his name, number 38.
Number 38, sorry. Brought some of the JV guys up and getting some action tonight. We'll make sure
way
we
to go, 38.
Yeah.
You did good.
On the return, gets the ball back out to the 23-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 23, the Ganders' own 23, as they start on offense with 4:45 to play in the game.
Pass complete here in the near flat to number 30.
Hit and brought down by Nathaniel Edwards.
Irving's pass complete to Josh
Excuse me,
McCain.
that's number 80, Josh McCain.
Nathaniel Edwards making the stop.
Another pass to the near flat. Nice cover.
Very nice open field tackle by the Stings. Number 21, Robert Frank, junior defensive back.
Down the backfield by number 21.
Loss of 4.
Robert Frank.
Well covered.
It's going to make it 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Clock at 4. Irving trying to give his team some more. Here, just out of reach of intended receiver 81. That's Fabian Arizola. And that'll bring
Edwards
it 4th
again
down.
on the coverage. One thing for sure, both bands getting their money's worth here on the last regular season game.
Competitions are over. They can just enjoy the Friday night.
That's right.
Alan Sandoval to punt this one away. High snap, he handles it.
Simpson back deep for Texas City, but that punt's they're gonna let it roll. Good job by Brendan Edmonds to realize where the ball is and get away from it. Sometimes he was really close. Sometimes those balls take funny bounces, but he knew right where he was and got away from it.
That's only Baytown's second punt of the half, though.
Wow.
Ronnie. They punted the first 7-play drive there at the first drive of the half, and then turnover and downs, touchdown, touchdown, fumble, touchdown.
That's a stingery stat there, huh? No
Yes,
punts.
exactly,
Only the
exactly.
second punt.
Punted 3 times in the first half. Of course, had a turnover and downs. And the Stings right back at it. Darian Trials, 52 in there. Tyler Rogers, 57 in there. 63, Ramsey Ramirez. Stay in bounds.
That's Alan Mull on the carry. Nice run. He'll have the first down and some more.
Alan Mull on the carry.
All the way down to the 45-yard line.
Picks up a first down for the Stings.
What's that, 16 yards on the carry for Mull.
Knocked out of bounds by Anthony.
Did a good job of staying in bounds. Clock stopped while they moved the chains, and now it's back in 3:10 and counting to play.
Look for Texas City to take every second they can.
Edmonds brings the play in from the sideline. He'll break the huddle and go wide to the far side. Metz out wide here to the near side. Martinez gets the call straight up the middle again. He's across the 40, the 35, and down to about the 33-yard line. 12 yards on the carry.
Martinez is hungry, I tell you what.
Yeah.
You're used to seeing that first guy come through and lay a block.
Is making the carry.
And when he comes through with the ball, it's just kind of surprising.
Taken down by Wendell Smith. Picks up another first down for the Stings.
2.5 minutes and counting to play. Stings come to the line of scrimmage under the guidance of Zach Fisher. Fisher with the handoff to Mull. Not much there for Mull. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Leon Cedro with a stop.
On the carry.
Say no gain on the play. Clock down to right at 2 minutes to go in our ball game. Brings up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Stings.
Mull gets the call trying to get outside. He won't. He'll get a couple of yards, and that'll be it. The good news is he does stay in bounds. Texas City, 1:20 and counting from an outright district championship.
Sounds nice.
Yes, it does. Coach Leland Servik and his staff in their second season.
A few years ago when they
Texas
added,
City.
to make, initially 2 teams and then 3 teams, then 4 teams to the playoffs. Everybody seemed like almost everybody goes to playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, there are teams that don't.
That's right.
We've just kind of gotten used to it around Texas City, but it's nice to be able to claim the outright district championship.
Martinez gets the call again. He's across the 25 to the 24, and that's probably going to do it. Hey, we again want to give kudos to the folks from the Texas City High School audio-video technology class under the direction of their coach, Daryl Hannes. Tyler Parrish, Alex Garza, and Christian Alvarado tonight making things happen. We appreciate all the work that they do and all the work that those guys, men and women, have done all year long to bring you the Stingery games. And we're not through yet. We'll be back next week from wherever.
Hopefully 6 more weeks.
That's exactly right. We'd love to see you about 4 days from Thanksgiving.
Martinez gets the call through the line of scrimmage down inside the 10.
With 5 seconds, that's going to be it.
He had to score there.
Actually, the clock's going to stop while they move the chains. Oh, and Servik just got some water. The ice bucket is empty.
Martinez on the carry, tackled by number 22.
And that's it. The clock goes to zeros. The Texas City Stingeries, your District 24 4A champions. Moving on to play next week. Be sure and watch the local newspapers and check it out on tcisd.org to find out when and where the Stingeries will play, and come join them. Support your Stings as they start the march to Arlington, Texas next week. Once again, for Dennis Johns, I'm Ronnie Hazard. We appreciate you joining us here on Stingery Football. Final score from Stallworth Stadium, Texas City 56, BaytownLee 25. Have a great week, everybody.